Wow. This is kind of wild. I don't know how to start.
We have our intro.
I know we have our intros, so we've never done this before.
It's the first time I've ever seen you guys in person.
I know. We've never met each other. We're just like Brockhampton. We actually met on a Kanye West group, Reddit.
We met on a Brent Faiyaz
on a Brent Faiyaz Reddit, on a J. Cole stand page.
Oh, hell no.
And came together. But yo, this is kind of a big episode. Last time we recorded, we told you all we were going on the road. We were going on tour.
No, we said we were on a
company bonding.
Company bonding.
Company retreats.
You know, some say touring, some people say company bonding. I say we get to write it off as a tax expense regardless. You guys, this is big. First in-person 97 demo conversation.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. If our audio sounds bad, sorry, we don't have our mics, so deal with it. But
we figured it out.
We figured it out. We figured out to make this work. Okay, well, we have an intro. So I guess to start, the most important news story of the day by far, and what may be a battle of two heavyweights that defined respective generations, both true. Both, I'm pretty sure, are short.
Very.
I think one might be, never mind.
Our next verses.
Long history of beef, actually.
Really?
Oh my gosh, remember the video where Bow Wow's like, yeah, man. Remember they said they were going to race each other with a Lamborghini?
I do remember this.
Yeah.
Why did Bow Wow become corny? Like, he didn't have to. You know what I mean?
He just got older.
But like, true. Because I guess Soulja Boy got corny at his moments too.
Did he drop the Lil Bow Wow?
Yeah,
he did. He dropped that a while ago.
Yeah. And then now he's Bow Wow. Moss or Bow Wow and Soulja Boy are doing our verses.
They're the
26.
Yeah, which I heard. The day after my birthday turned out.
That it was gonna be Lil Romeo and Bow Wow, but Lil Romeo can't hold up.
It's sad because Lil Romeo was pitching that, and we messaged you back in the day. But
the show was not have the hits.
He did not have the hits
at all. So,
but this makes sense. Both Bow Wow did make music that defined a generation. Lil Bow Wow, for all of us, you know, early 2000s.
It's like a generation before.
That was like a moment. He was a generation before, and he it was a moment. Like this short ass kid, like, who was my age, was making music that like adults were dancing to. Like, that was very significant. Meanwhile, you have Soulja Boy, who really kind of brought in the internet era of rapper and being a musician.
Yeah.
You know, and what I appreciate, I know we all laugh at it, but I really do appreciate how much Soulja Boy is sort of like bigging himself up, because all of it is true. Soulja Boy may look like he's making an ass, but he has not lied a single time with how he was the first really capitalized on social media as a rapper. He was the first to recognize the power of something going viral, having it dance. Like, Soulja Boy was on the forefront of a lot of those things. So I'm cool with him hyping himself up and taking credit for it because he deserves it. Yeah. Soulja Boy inspired Drake. Kiss Me Through the Phone probably inspired Take Care, for being honest.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Hey, is that a hot take?
So that's a wrong take. That's a wrong take.
He said that though. Didn't he say that once?
No, he said there was a specific line he had that Drake used, but not even there. Who was your early favorites? I said, based on like Soulja Boy has like maybe the biggest, that was a phenomenon. Mm-hmm. I said years of putting out quality hits in music. Like, he was 12, like 20, early 20s, putting out hits with T.I. like early on, and Omarion being with Chris Brown when he was older and stuff like that. You know, like, he has a long history of like coming out with his. He has the basketball like Mike stuff, all his early music with Snoop Dogg, and you know, all that stuff. So Def, like he has a long history of making hits that people really enjoy. And I said, Soulja Boy doesn't have the extensive catalog.
Yeah,
you know, because
Soulja
by the time Bow Wow was 20, he had like 5 albums.
I think this will really be a generational thing though, because I know we're talking about this earlier, and I looked through Soulja Boy's catalog of some of his first couple of albums, and it all came flushing back. Like, Soulja Boy did have hits.
He did.
Like Report Card, Crank That, Kiss Me Through the Phone, Birdwalk, Turn My Swag On. Like, there's a lot of songs he has that we may not remember, but during that 2007 to 2010,
yeah, I would say,
were like ran that period of music.
Yeah.
I remember they were teaching us to crank that Soulja Boy dance in PE class in school. Like, that's how big it was. It was really kind of the first.
Hold on. Y'all
oh yeah, they made us actually send
like assemblies too.
We had to send permission slips home because they were like, our parents had to consent to us dancing the Soulja Boy song.
Oh wow, I remember getting an iPod and I was like, I bought that on my iPod. I'm buying that song.
You gotta talk loud, bro.
Oh, my bad. I remember buying that song on my iPod when I first got an iPod.
Also, Soulja Boy's viral year 2021.
Exactly. So, I think it'll be an interesting battle. Like, my gut, makes me want to say Bow Wow just because I think what Noah is saying is reality. Bow Wow has like a decade worth of music.
But if Soulja Boy can get 10 solid songs, he could.
But Soulja Boy can get 10, he can get 15, 20 solid songs. He can. He can do it. You may have forgotten about it, but off of those like 2-3 albums he had during that period, he did have some good stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Do we have a date? Dang, I don't think we looked at a date.
June 26th.
June 26th. So we did say that. Okay, that's my birthday. So
yep.
we'll cover that.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Okay. I guess that we did that. Welcome to the 97 Demo Podcast, where we give you the latest in music news, industry news, a whole bunch along the way.
In person
episode. Time. Yo, I've never met these people before.
I don't even know you. I know he was Indian, bro.
Bro, I'm like a foot taller than him. It's crazy.
Wow. Avery's like 6'7".
Yeah, I'm 4'11". It's a whole thing. The whole thing is insane. But yeah, with my guys, we don't have to do the awkward pause anymore. I'm Nnamdi Agwanwu.
I'm Noah.
The most really, we're not doing the first time we do this together.
Oh my gosh.
The first time.
That's good.
Okay, we had a lot to get to today. The first, we have a whole bunch of cool headlines. We're reviewing J. Cole's The Off-Season, which if you've been listening to us, you know that was coming. And boy, did we have thoughts. So stay tuned for that. But first, we're gonna get through these headlines. About this one about an hour, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it seems super interesting. Amy Winehouse, rest in peace, soul songstress, basically Recording Academy affiliated is going to be auctioning off an Amy Winehouse rare photo as an NFT. The proceeds will go to charity to support musicians struggling with mental health, substance abuse, addiction. This stood out to me for two reasons. One, because it's like, wow, NFTs are still a thing. Mm-hmm. And two, it's like, wow, he's charitable, and I like that. I like the cause is going towards.
I mean, Amy Winehouse is a very, very she passed, unfortunately, and she left a
she did
in mind's eye, in terms of the music she made. I was literally playing her today. I mean, she still has an effect on a lot of people, and a lot of people still relate to her music in a big way. Would you agree? Would you guys agree?
They're about to raise money on this because the reserve price is 3 Ether, which, as we learned, is an NFT kind of currency type of thing, and that's equivalent to about $10,147. So,
if you want to go learn about NFTs, go about 3 episodes back with our interview with Jonathan Mann, Song a Day Man,
one of our most successful. Man,
listen to that. So
that's dope. Let's see what NFTs do next. Now it's charitable. I messed with it. So the next thing we're talking about, I just thought was interesting. How much do rappers charge for features? So basically, what Complex did is they compiled a list of rappers, interviews, song lyrics, and different quotes they have made about how much they charge for features, and they put together a list. Now, they highlight that there's no way to know if this is actually true, but it's just what these artists are claiming. And of course, artists have an incentive to kind of inflate how much they make because they can demand a higher price.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these seem, I guess before I show you, Polo G, how much do you think Polo G is making?
50,000.
I read this article, I don't remember what it was, but I'd go with
50,000.
150,000. Lying. You're lying. He's lying. I'm knowing it. Polo G's had some Billboard success. Well, I'd be charging 150,000 for it.
I feel like he has no reason to lie. I feel like
he'd lie because he's a rapper, and if I charge 150 when you come to me,
50, yeah, sure. To put it out there.
When they're negotiating,
I didn't even know what the range was. So now that I know it's like 150 for Polo G.
Yeah.
How much is like Drake charging?
I mean, we'll see. Was it Nicki Minaj?
Okay. Well, remember, 50K for a verse. Now that was 10.
That was 10 years ago. That was before the album was out.
50K.
So now I'm gonna say, based on that math, 15 years. I'm gonna say essentially consistent value.
I was gonna say 600K.
500K for Nicki.
350.
350.
See
to 500K.
Right. That's right.
They're quoting Nicki. She just got 250,000 per verse. She collabed with On Holy Ground. Great song. Listen to. Said 1,000. I'm not surprised Nicki Minaj making a lot of baby. Oh, 100K. So you're charging 150 and Lil 100K.
I think Lil Baby gave his like minimum. He's putting in.
The alerted fancy wants one in June 2020. So that's definitely gone up. Relatively low price for a rapper who's had the of 2020 in the US. I agree.
Well, maybe if you know, he's on. If you're, you know, if you're an expensive artist, like I imagine Kendrick's is high, but he's not doesn't do like a lot of features. Even J. Cole, he don't do a lot of features.
Do you think Drake paid for Wants and Needs?
Ooh, that's a good point too.
Absolutely, he paid him.
That's a Lil Baby being on a drug.
I think he paid him. I think Drake 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 paid him.
I don't know.
Drake ain't even want to pay Quentin. So you
Drake a Lil Baby on his song, and he probably yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick. So
500,000.
I think we have features often. So it's like, you know, don't get his money.
500. 500. Oh
I'm gonna say 400. 400K.
If you
do it at all, and he's quoting August 2014.
Oh, he's
higher than 500.
Amp the Pin Butterfly.
It's rare, but I don't see Kendrick Lamar at 400. You know, so he's the kind of person, if he doesn't do it often, because he wants to, I'm not sure he's gonna charge like Taylor Swift, Bad Blood. I'm sure he got a check. I'm positive. Maroon 5 song. I know you got a check.
Straight for the check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't at all. That's not a vibe.
I'm gonna guess at least 600K. 21 Savage. I don't know how many more on here. We'll stop with them. 6 figures, really?
Yeah.
He features. He's only done a handful. How much do you think J. Cole paid?
Ooh.
Wouldn't you just do it?
Are they friends? Are they just friends?
The baby.
He's hot though. He's hot. He's a
But so it's like, you know, let's say 200. Oh, 3.
Middle, somewhere in the middle.
And that's according to him, Instagram stories. So yeah. He hopped on the remix of Dua Lipa's Pop Anthem Levitating. I can see that.
Is Drake on here?
No.
Let's see. Why I don't really care about YK. Sorry. 100K. Roddy Rich, 100K. Bye. He's turned. Because actually that makes sense.
Roddy Rich is a guy with some morals. Like he's really big on morals.
Rich the Kid, 120. Okay. J. Cole, 2,000 per word. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a
Is
line.
That a lot?
See, we don't know these are like factual. We don't know. That's a line in the song.
You revealed his rate by word.
These sources are very loose.
I know.
On the same single, but this makes sense. But this I respect this though, because this is Cole's own words in a verse.
They got creative with this.
But they said that if you take his verse on that song, which was Young Thug's "The London," it would have been 420K, and I could see that being a thing.
Absolutely, but I don't know.
So that was last. That was a fun little activity. I don't know if any of these are true. Artists actually make. So there we go. And what's been probably the absolute craziest story over the last 2 weeks. Do I even have it open? I don't. Hey, we'll open it now. J. Cole is
going pro.
Is going pro in Africa, which respect. Kind of mad he's not playing for the Nigerian team, but I can get past that.
Is there a Nigerian team?
There was.
Oh,
I forgot the name, but there was. I tweeted about it.
Interesting.
But he's playing for the Rwanda Patriots.
Is this a new league?
Yes,
it is.
The first game he played when was the opening, was like the league opening.
And I remember them doing this too.
And I personally, which is no disrespect to Jay on this game and nothing like that. To me, this is really the thing to get him, to get some popularity involved in the league. It was on ESPN. I was telling somebody, I was like, yo, honestly, worst player on those teams. He probably been working on it. No, he 37.
Well, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. What you're saying isn't a hot take. I'm just with these teams, and they got the audition of a rapper who can shoot some hoops. He's in the best shape of his life. They considered the fact that he's a rapper. Absolutely positive of that. But it speaks to J. Cole's brain and a dream type of mentality that this is a goal he set from him. Play pro, and he's playing NBA, but he's playing in a professional league.
Yeah,
he just came out with the Off-Season. Yeah. Which had a cover of a basketball hoop burning behind him. Part
game.
of
Maybe
part of the theme here.
Isn't no Master P because Master P played in the Raptors.
Fun fact.
Dame Dollar.
Rapper, yeah.
But he'll play in 3 to 6 games. The first Nigeria. I don't know who won, and I kind of scored 3 points.
Had to put back and made 1 free throw.
The putback was nice.
Yeah.
Stop
He
it.
did it.
He did it. Hey.
I mean, we gonna give we go to participation trophies now.
You're right.
Hey, you leave Jermaine alone.
J. Cole, he know what's going on. He know what's on.
Jermaine.
Okay, so let's fast forward to new releases. We've had a lot of stuff. We just spent the last hour listening to a lot of it.
Yep.
Some highlights, low lights, watch. I think let's start with this at the top of this list. Olivia Rodrigo, who has been the new girl on the scene. I don't like comparing women. I'm not doing that, but Billie Eilish's competition for like the throne of like young pop. Olivia off the bat, making her first single one with Driver's License, like a smash hit. Second one, Deja Vu. Number 2, smash hit. For You, I believe, sing for a #1 debut album. So she's been huge.
She got the.
There's no performance. Was this album match?
It's good. It's
I
good.
think it.
I think she's kind of all.
Yeah.
But
That's what.
But okay, I also said similar to album had like, and I love that album. Pure, a little all over the showcase of what this person can do. The second album, whenever that comes,
I would.
focus.
I even feel it feels even more because this seems like she is very. It's like this is a territory for me.
She sounded like Biabba Dabu. Like
more of a pop friendly Biabba Doobie.
It was like the vintage, like
we all said 5 different names for her.
It's very much so Paramore. I get pop like a little more poppier Paramore.
It's vintage. It's like a
and
vintage.
I like it. What's the song we just heard? Brutal.
Brutal.
That is
Brutal.
great. That's great. So that's 4 tracks I can name.
Mm-hmm.
Driver's License, Deja Vu, Good For You, and Brutal. All of which have been
I think it's important because I wonder if she wrote the songs. But whether
I
or not
want to say she did.
But whether or not she did, it just shows.
In an interview where she's talking about how she didn't want to be the breakup girl. She leaned into it.
But it gives some range to her.
Yeah. Oh, she does write it. No, I know she writes it because I think I saw a tweet or one of the funniest things to do is write music, and I love doing it. Like I do it all the time. That's how Driver's License happened.
Driver's License is too personal not to be.
Yeah.
Ooh, honestly.
I really like this girl, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she does next with her career. I think the album's gonna be big, and I hope she keeps the momentum going. Y'all, you know what I think we're about to experience. You know, the popular music genre comes and goes. In like 2008 to 2011, it became pop again. Then hip hop kind of took over, and it's been that since. See a return being that because of Rodrigo. I think them introduction back to like.
I was just saying, you say for now.
I think it is pop in the next 2 years. Yeah, and it's starting with, in my opinion.
That's oh my gosh.
They're like scooters.
It's kind of that's horrible, but guess where we are. Sir.
I just think there's the hip hop, just in sheer, it's like how many, and literally, we don't know they have 3 million sleep.
Yeah.
Every week, every freaking week. I think it's just really tough to overtake. The fact is like nobody thought hip rap was gonna make it to this point, and now that it's got there, and
see, I get what you're saying.
I'm saying a lot of people in the industry, I would say, they were like, I don't know, man, because rap is still young. It's a young genre.
But rap has ebbed and flowed as the most popular genre since like the 90s. Like in early 2000s, rap was
no, but I'm saying,
you know,
remember they came out as literally the #1 genre in terms of popularity. Remember there was a specific survey or study. I forgot exactly.
Now they are now,
like
but they've been before. Like it's changed over the last 20 years. Yeah, it's coming on. It's been rock for a little bit. It's been pop in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s.
I don't know.
It was rap.
Interesting.
Like with the advent of, you have to think of Nelly, like when Nelly was huge, when 50 Cent was huge, like rap was #1 at that time.
I don't know. We have to look up because then there was still a lot of big pop acts still at the time. So.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like if you look at it, like they'll tell you that. Like we're fighting over nothing. But anyway, I can see it being popular again.
We also have to shout out the Asian representation of Olivia Rodrigo. She's a Filipina.
Did not know that.
Really cool.
Yeah. There's more artists that put out music though. So
did anyone listen to the 21 Pilots album? I listened to Saturday.
Yeah. All the singles. I told us Nnamdi, I'm kind of nervous to listen. I'm a big 21 Pilots fan, but like the singles didn't go in a direction that I necessarily wanted or expected.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's good, but we'll have to consider it.
Okay. This Butter song I really enjoyed by BTS.
So we just gonna skip the 3 other albums we had?
Oh my bad. Oh my bad.
Well, no, we can talk about Butter. I did like Butter though.
Okay. My bad. Since this didn't come out this past week, but Nicki Minaj, her mixtape, re-release.
Yeah, we wanted to highlight some of the big things we missed last week. And the only 2 really big things were the Off-Season, which we're reviewing, and Beat Me Up Scotty, which is a 12-year re-release that I saw, I think the other day, is about to sell about 80,000, for Billboard, debut at number 2.
Yeah, that's great.
Pretty good for a 12-year-old album. When you think of Taylor Swift re-releasing a 10-year-old album and it selling like 400,000, it's like, but that's Taylor Swift, so it's like it doesn't count.
That's a different beast.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. She re-recorded it.
Yeah, but I think the stronger thing about Beat Me Up Scotty, I did listen to it, wasn't the newer songs, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think it was just fun to listen to songs from that era, and it was kind of cool. Nicki Minaj has always been very braggadocious and confident in herself, and when you hear the things she would predict in 2008 and say like, I'm about to be the queen, or like I'm about to like eat up all these other girls, or I'm about to like have the number 1 and do tours, and it's kind of like, wow, she kind of did all that.
Yeah,
that's the cool part of it for me. But the 3 new songs, Seeing Green, Fractions, and I don't remember the Crocodile Tears. I think.
She had one more. Yeah.
None of them to me were like.
Seeing Green was fine. That was one that everybody was buzzing about because it was like, oh, Drake.
Hearing the Best I Ever Had remix game was nice.
The nostalgia was the better part of that for me.
Yeah,
but
I
the
agree.
New music, I wasn't. Seeing Green was cool, but it's like that's not my favorite color. I prefer Only.
Yeah,
it was just a tease. A lot of people on Twitter when that came out were like, "Oh my gosh, Young Money ran the game for like a 5-year period," and they did literally on the radio.
5 years, longer than 5 years.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like right when like Drake came out with Take Care and Nicki Minaj came out with her album, and then Lil Wayne had like Carter 4 because he was gone for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was Wayne, Drake, Nicki, Wayne on the radio.
It was great to hear YMCB back together again.
Yeah, that was the part of it that was fun.
Where's all the rest of those guys?
Watch the Bedrock video and see if any of them are still popping. Like
Lil
Tyga's
Twist,
still doing stuff.
Lil Twist,
yeah.
Tyga, Chanel. Remember that
Chanel
girl?
West Coast?
No,
what are you talking about?
There's a girl named Chanel. Remember on the Bedrock? Chanel, Lil Twist. Oh dang, y'all see, I was deep in it. I'm sorry, I was a little too deep. I went back a little.
To know how to verse?
No, she didn't have a verse, but she was in YMCB. There's a video where Lil Wayne's like, "Hey, this is YMCB, all the new artists. This new artist Drake from Toronto." It's like, now Drake's a big star.
But I don't want to skip him, but I do want to skip to this. I've been a fan of him, and I wasn't. It takes me a while to get accustomed to rappers. But Back in Blood, I was just gonna say, is a great song, and he had another one. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I mess with Pusha T. I'm excited to see what the song
Memphis,
is.
right? He's from Memphis, I believe. Memphis.
Yeah. Talk to us about Georgia Smith.
Be Right Back EP. Addicted was a single she released a while ago.
And Gone.
I just heard it.
No, but Addicted was one she released like months ago, and then Gone she released like 2 weeks before the project came out, and then she released one more, I believe. I forgot the one that's like a reggaeton type one. She released that but it was really good. I mean, Georgia Smith. She
hasn't missed with an EP.
Yeah, it's nothing creative or different for her personally. It's really in her comfort zone, but it works for her. I like it.
It sounds good. Exactly.
She's a really good singer.
And my thing is, I'm okay, and I know you guys always make fun of me for distinguishing between EPs and albums. I'm okay with you staying in your comfort zone for an EP. It's an extended play. It's an extended play of your previous music,
absolutely.
So absolutely. It's like, I'll take that. Now, if you have an album that sounds like your EP, maybe more critical. But I think it's fine for you to just continue to show your skills.
Well, sometimes I think people have EP. I wonder if sometimes people put out a little EP and then some of the songs will be on the album, kind of like J. Cole did. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder what's gonna happen because she released some other songs like By Any Means and some other stuff that wasn't on here. That was one of my favorite songs. I was like, dang, where's that song at? So we will see.
Okay, so let's some of the singles that came out. We talked about Butter. BTS is kind of doing their mainstream pop thing. They're good at it, so I know that's gonna be good. Twerkulator by City Girls. I heard a snippet of this on Twitter, and now the full song's out. It samples. I just said the name of it. I literally just said the name of it.
It's good.
It's from the 1980s. Let me see.
It's a really good
Planet
song.
Rock by Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force 1982.
Yeah.
You may not know that name, but I know you've heard the song.
Yeah, the sound is really throwback.
Yeah. It's catchy.
It's a hit. That could be a summer hit. That could be their act up. If they promote that right, give me a cool video. That could kind of get at. But it's so catchy. And now that we're all about, there's going to be an explosion. This summer's going to be an explosion as we all go out. We're back in clubs. This is what people want to hear.
Festivals are opening up. You know? A lot of festivals. Lollapalooza has opened up. A lot of stuff. Pitchfork Festival opened up.
Tour dates are being announced.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you. People are traveling a lot, including us. So yeah.
What do you mean?
Wait, we're out here. We didn't go anywhere.
And then I guess everything else on the complete other spectrum, Lana Del Rey, Blue Banisters, a little bit more sad, but Lana Del Rey being her white woman bag, and I don't think that's
wow.
offensive.
Why'd you bring up that, bro?
I just don't think it's offensive, but I think that's like it's a bag she has that she kills.
She kills it. She's so good.
She's good in her lane.
Yeah,
I respect it.
Good in her lane.
I respect it.
She consistently releases good music.
How about this Lil Nas X song?
That's different.
I said it sounded like it should be on like a soundtrack or something. Yeah, like that wasn't a bad. That's not a detriment. That's not a shot. It sounded fine. It sounded like
it's different for
a movie song.
Yeah.
If this is all stuff from his album, I was happy because it told me, okay, there will be some variety here, and it won't all be like.
This, I still like Call Me by Your Name better, but this was good. It was sad.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad.
I like Call Me by Your Name better.
It's good.
I agree.
You mean Montero?
Oh, Montero. Oh, is that?
It's from parentheses.
It's both. Yeah, both.
Facetious.
Yeah, this Polo G, Lil Wayne song, I actually really enjoyed it. I actually liked it. I really enjoyed it. Polo G, he gets a rap as like a Chicago rapper, but he can actually really spit. He kind of reminds me of a Lil Baby a little bit. Little bit.
Wait, Lil Baby?
I'm talking about like in terms of his flow. Now he doesn't sound like him, but I'm talking about how he raps. That's not a bad thing. Lil Baby can rap, as we will see on this J. Cole review. But yeah, so.
I just realized that we always have favorite release here, but we never, I don't think, ever go back and say what our favorite release was. So does anyone have a favorite release they want to say?
Ooh. I'm not going to say Georgia Smith.
You can, if that's the truth.
Georgia Smith I've been playing her a lot. Georgia Smith I just go back and forth, just 20 minutes, easy to listen to. I'll go back to her a lot.
Never.
I want to say Sour.
Yeah.
But I think after this Bleachers song.
Really?
It's good. I love Bleachers. They were really leaning into this like Bruce Springsteen kind of sound, or he is, I guess it's but they announced their album, Take the Sadness.
There's only one singer, there's a lead singer, and it's just one guy.
Gotcha. He announced his album coming out July 30th, and this is the third single, I would say. It's good.
I think I'm gonna say Sour. I haven't listened to the whole thing, I'll admit it, but the 4 songs we have listened to have been great, and I really like her going in this new direction.
I agree.
So there you go.
Only Direction. It's not new.
Oh, you're right. Her Only Direction. There you go.
She's very new.
For Only Direction.
Speaking of Only Direction.
Golly.
That's
my guy. So I don't mean it. But, today we have a long-awaited, highly anticipated album on our hands from the one and only Jermaine Cole. The real is back. Mr. Dreamville himself. Mr. Nice Watch. Young Simba. Lion King on Ice.
I was gonna say something problematic, but never mind.
History repeats itself, and that's just how it goes. Too far? Okay.
I was gonna say,
say it.
Never mind. Nothing.
Doesn't read.
Mr. Doesn't read. Mr.
Stop it.
Mr. Fake Deep over here.
He's not fake deep. You know what?
I'm joking.
I can't wait for No Name and J. Cole to drop a track together so this all can be.
That would be dope.
Can be dead.
That would be dope. They should do that. Ooh, they do a track. They go back and forth like they're actually arguing. That'd be dope. I like that. I actually
T.I. tried that.
And it didn't work.
Okay, because T.I. was good, but if No Name,
will this go to your?
If No Name and J. Cole,
I think
if No Name and J. Cole did it, I think it would be dope. I think it'd be dope. So yeah, I think it'll be dope.
But J. Cole drops the Off-Season, his 6th studio album. Kind of crazy that it's his 6th album, but short little thing. I want.
12 tracks, 39 minutes.
No, this is easier because I thought it's on 12, 9 minutes. Say let's all start by getting a bit and what we kind of expected coming in. with J. Cole, he had just kind of come off this string of features that were all very mainstream radio-friendly features. His Middle Child, which is a clear mainstream.
Which was on the Dreamville project.
So I think when I listened to this veer in his career and sort of knew like I can keep up with you young kids type of with the project. I didn't know how that was gonna sound. I didn't know if I was gonna like it, but that's what I was expecting. And I think when I listened to this and I heard 95 South, which by the way is one of the few intros he has that is an actual song and action intro. When he came out with that, I realized really quickly like, oh, I'm wrong. Like you are gonna give me some songs that appeal to like, you know, the young kids, but you're kind of staying in your J. Cole lane of like, you know, some simple but sort of like, you know, super hard-hitting production and like some ferocious bars. Like you were in your bag. And I think the night it came out, I stayed up and I texted you guys. And I think I was like, it took me 2 listens to appreciate this album because the first time I was like, oh, well, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. You know, it was good, but this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. Mm-hmm. You know, what about you guys? What was your initial reaction?
At first,
I was hyped.
Yeah.
I saw Cameron come in like,
yeah.
I was like, whoa, what?
I was like, Dipset.
Harlem in the building, you know what I'm saying? But I was really, really shocked when he and that's the thing with J. Cole and the Franchise Boys sample, which is also another, you know, shout out to Atlanta, another legendary feature or a sample. We forget J. Cole is like a Southern rapper.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people think he's like this New York guy that's super, you know, boom bap, which he falls in that because, you know, he always talks about Queens and, you know, being in New York. He went to school in New York. J. Cole's a Southern cat. He's from Carolina. Yeah. At his South. And we saw that from like GOMD on Forest 24. Yeah. Like that. Really Southern. I think this is one of them with the Lil Jon sample. Rappers. That was a banger. So that was really Southern.
95 South, which is the only highway that connects New York to Carolina.
Or Fayetteville, you know.
J. Cole again, kind of
really strong intro. That really, really excited about the direction he was going on based on, and it kind of felt that first thing, like somebody talking.
That's I think I get it. Yeah,
throughout the whole project.
I agree. There's another track where he does that. Yeah, there's another thing where he does something like that. So.
And this is like named in that, like you know, in his string of mixtapes.
Yeah.
This seems like the ending.
Oh yeah,
the warm up,
Friday Night Lights,
the Off-Season. It does kind of continue that narrative.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it was interesting that he released this as an album.
Well, you know, because mixtapes nobody does that anymore. I know. Because everything's released now.
But you know, Avery, I want to build up what you just said. I think that speaks to the fact that this for J. Cole feels very full circle. At least.
I agree.
I think you summed it up perfectly. He hadn't given us the basketball theme until the mixtapes. Arguably, you can say Sideline Story, maybe, but it really like
the warm up. He's holding a basketball.
Yeah, and Friday Night Lights, he's sitting on the bench. You know,
with the Letterman jacket.
This is the first time he's really kind of coming back to that like basketball theme.
I love the album cover because it's like he just like torched it.
Yeah, but I think that's the point.
Because the first thing you hear him say is, "This shit's too easy for me now."
Yeah. But even thinking about the covers, think about like what Noah just said. Friday Night Lights, he's sort of sitting on a bench looking down, right?
Yeah, he's in basketball shorts. Yeah, he's
this is him coming back 10 years later and say, not only did I kill it, but I torched it. Mm-hmm. Like I torched. And
for a lot of early on J. Cole enthusiasts, I've heard for like people that love those mixtapes, they have started to like J. Cole less and less as he's gone on. And what I hear is a lot of people like, man, I was on J. Cole early. I thought he was going to be hot. Yeah. They're like, wow, this really feels like a throwback in terms of the way he's rapping. I disagree personally, but yeah, so a lot of people, so.
I'm realizing some of my takes are changing. One of my criticisms is going to be that, you know, there's not a strong theme, but there really is. And there may not be a strong narrative theme on the album itself, but as a whole, it very much still does speak to this, like, growth of J. Cole and like.
Well, yeah, he has message, but it's not an overarching theme. Kind of like how there was in KOD and For Guys Only.
Exactly.
Like the one theme, you know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you guys about what do you think the significance of the title, the Off-Season, is? What do you think that means?
I thought this was it. I thought this was supposed to be the last one.
No,
you
I
all
think
told me the fall off.
The fall off is the
coming.
last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the documentary, I think he mentioned that he's like, I'm doing this off-season stuff before I get ready for the fall off.
And then he made that graphic. You remember what those
That's
things
right.
that were?
That's right. Where it was like off-season, Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers,
Crossed
scratched off,
yeah,
stuff
it was
like that.
Off-season.
Off-season.
Fall off.
We thought off-season was like,
I thought
we thought we were gonna take it literally, like he's on a break. Remember we took it literally.
Fall off was like this period of his career.
I think he's mentioning that too, but I think that's gonna be his last project. I think this is second
Before he
last
goes on a
project.
hiatus.
So yeah, we've been talking a little bit too much about. Let's get into the music.
Okay,
too.
so let's start.
Yeah.
So we started on 95 South. Is there anything else you want to add? But like, I'm gonna start for my second list when I really started to mess with it.
Okay.
It is, like you said,
Hard
having Cameron on this.
Yeah.
It's incredibly hard. I've officially declared this is J. Cole's without a doubt hardest intro. Period. Even if, no matter how you want to splice it, me and Noah had an argument earlier today where it was like, there's a difference between an intro and an opening track. Noah refers to intro as the first actual song, as opposed to, J. Cole on at least 3 of his albums will have like just an intro, that may be an instrumental or someone talking or something like that. But on my definition, his intros before were Illuminati on Born Center.
Yeah.
For Whom the Bells Toll on
where he's actually rapping. He's rapping on both of those.
He's actually rapping, and then we get this 95 South.
On KOD, it's just a little.
KOD is the intro. It's like, and this is by far the hardest rapping he's had on an intro.
So rappers like, do you wanna?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So that alone was a different approach from J. Cole that we hadn't really seen before. This was straight
He goes back and forth. Yeah, I agree.
The first thing he says, "This shit too easy for me now." Cole been going plat since back when CDs was around.
Ooh.
A flex again. What you sold, I tripled that. I can't believe these clowns.
Effing clowns.
Look how everyone clapping when your 30-song album do a measly 100,000. Like that's a shot.
J. Cole did 100,000.
That's a shot.
Like, oh, crap, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta take that back. He was like, I gotta take that back.
But y'all, J. Cole, I know we like to. He did the whole thing where he sat down a little with a little, but he really kind of does be, for the word, shitting on. This is to me a shot to the, absolutely the ones who will play.
They're not.
I mean, it's not Drake.
Well, Middle Child's all cool. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know.
I think it's both. The first line specifically, I've been going plat since back when CDs was around. You kids don't know about that.
I think it's both. I think he's, because the Lil Pump interview he was like, hey, like it was a conversation, but he's coming at him too.
Yeah.
Hip hop is a competitive.
It's competitive, but I love J. Cole gassing himself up. So I don't feel like he's always done that in the past, and I feel like I've always desired J. Cole to just come out and like talk yourself up. You are one of the big 3.
And it's perfect because coming off 1985, where he's like 1985 arrived,
yeah,
talking crap about
which was the intro to the fall off. So I feel like that plays a part here.
The theme, so yeah. But what about the second track? Yeah.
So his first, I believe this ended up becoming his not lead single, because I count the interlude or the climb, but single that's an actual
music video.
Well, interlude's a song.
I mean, like the first like actual like it got the
Got the music.
We'll say that. Amari. Don't know why it's called.
Yeah, I. All right, is that his son's name? Maybe.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's the title of the track plays tribute to Dreamville label manager Ibrahim Hamad's son Amari, who was Boz's nephew.
Got you.
Wow.
Did not know they were related.
Which makes sense because Boz, that's Boz's nephew and Boz.
Yep.
But I love this song, and I know we have different feelings on it. This is one of my favorites because I think it speaks to the theme of the off-season, which is like, plotted my escape, this game's wrought my faith, got a couple M's hiding in the safe. Like, it's again sort of him gassing himself up and saying like, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this. Like, I'm trying to reach my last goals, but I've done it all. I've done a lot of stuff I want to do. We'll go to 100 mil. I've made 100 mil and I'm still working. I have the plats, I have the sales, I have the
everything.
I have the car, imagination of a Honda and Terrain. I have it all, and it's like, now how do what else is there? I think that's sort of the theme of this album. Good job at like encapsulating that.
I really do like it's a bad song, but I just said I got a lot of flack for that. I get it's a catchy song, I get it. Favorite from J. Cole.
Can I say
ask why? I just don't like one of the themes I say that just it works on some. He uses a lot of auto-tune, and he used that on Middle Child, which is why on Middle Child he used, and I didn't like it like that. It was fine. I was like, oh, okay. Sounds fine with just his voice. He's not, but he harmonizes, and it sounds dope to me. He has like a kind of gruff. Do you want to be?
Yeah.
I enjoy it personally. I think J. Cole has a voice that's good enough without the auto-tune.
It's also like, great. To me, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Always be perfect.
It's a raspy voice that doesn't have to do stuff with it.
Like the instrumental of the song. He sounds good on it.
Yeah, he sounds fine on it. I agree. But I still think it's a solid song. But it's not.
Because the auto-tune, and I'll be a running theme.
But it's not a bad song. I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
So it's not good.
He uses the auto-tune in this album to like varying degrees of success.
Varying degrees of success. I personally agree. Here, I totally agree with you. He's really talking about some real stuff. I
like hearing like he was trying to drive back to get to his class.
Yeah, I mean he's just talking about a lot of experience he's had. I saw Junior dunk it off the backboard. Yeah. I think he's referring to Dennis Smith Jr., who's also from Fayetteville.
I punched the timesheet, not no more, and now my assigned seat is the throne.
That's a bar. Good line. Good
Caption.
Oh,
wait a minute.
This guy over here, priorities, but
let's go to the next song. But I want to get into the auto-tune with y'all later because I know y'all feel strongly about that, and I have a auto-tune. But let's get to the first feature we get on this album, My Life, featuring 21 Savage and Murray, who also deserves credit because that chorus kills. Okay. Thoughts?
Okay, so I get it. J. Cole's up to this point is features, right?
Yeah.
But no features. And that's like something that he's been trying to distance himself from recently, just based on quotes that he's had.
Yeah.
Of like, do I want to get to the end of my career and say, like, I didn't work with anyone?
On the Dream, he said that twice, because on the Dreamville documentary, he was like, I don't want to be like, I never worked with nobody and all that stuff. And then he said it on the documentary for this album. He's like, I don't want to be like, I didn't work with anybody.
So after I listened to this, I was like, why wasn't this the single?
The lead single. I totally agree.
And I get probably because he didn't want to like blow his load with the features. He didn't want to show his hand. But
That's fair.
I mean, he chose interlude. So
this song is so good.
Yeah, I think this song is
Eventually, but you know, we said this earlier when we did the lead single conversation. I think most artists, even though most artists are hesitant to have their lead single happen, it takes attention. My theory for it, we can feel however we want it. If I'm Cole, I'm not releasing it because it sounds too similar to. A lot was huge. J. Cole, 21 Savage. Didn't they get a Grammy for it? Like it was just it was a huge song.
Was that his first Grammy?
No, at that award show, I think that was his first. He got like 3. You know,
I don't know if that was his first one, but yeah, they was nominated.
You know,
and very good song.
And the 21 Savage album too.
And the way I feel about it is just like I wouldn't release that as my lead because it sounds. We found. I thought they flipped the sample. No, we found that they didn't flip the sample, but the production on it is very, very similar, and the cadence, the rapping on it isn't that different. So I wouldn't release this because I just think it sounds similar to their other collab, and people notice that.
That's a fair criticism. There's this person as a soul sound. I just performance from a lot and on a lot. Jay coming in like really, soft spoken. On this, he comes, top of the one, hard hitting and kill whole verse. He is going, dude. Like I'm on my Grizzly, and obviously that's just like all players were loving the shout outs on. Yeah. So yeah, I just really enjoyed J. Cole's verse very much. It's my favorite. I think it's his best verse.
On the album?
Hot take. I don't know. It's up there though. It's up there. It's one of my and this is one of my favorite songs on there. This is a song I was like, okay, let's get into it now. I was like, oh, let's get into it now.
Yeah.
That's because I feel like this song could have came next after 95 stopped. I kind of fished.
I think that would have been too much of a shift in tone. This is a little bit softer.
It's not.
No. I mean the production, a little bit softer. So I don't think it would have. Kind of like I think the order of you got this and Amari and then My Life. I kind of like.
I agree, but J. Cole's at the point though where he's the one making the music. We're not at a point where, like, even though J. Cole has great production, we're like J. Cole. He has to sound great. There's songs on here where the production's fine where I don't enjoy the way he sounds, which is a problem for me. So I want J. Cole to sound great, even though production, he brings the energy, even though it's chill, he's energetic on here. He's loud. It sounds like he's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
everybody.
Yeah, I want to like go on to the 21.
Yeah.
Rich, I want to shout out like in his little video from J. Cole, he was like, J. Cole, is that a new duo or something?
It is.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
like it.
I posted on my story that they're becoming the new Drake or Ross. I don't know if that's too much of a hot take, but like this is how I feel. Like they haven't missed with one of their collabs.
I like want to keep hearing these two together. And
Yeah.
21 Savage sounds so good.
21 Savage is really great. 21 Savage, man.
Y'all know this, my guy.
This is the thing though. I don't feel like he has multiple flows because he does the same flow.
It works.
But it sounds so great though. It sounds great. He has a great voice.
I feel like I think he has. I think 20. When I think of one flow, I think of the baby, and I think 20 the baby. So it's hard for me to see that. I think he has lane and he stays in it, but I think he does have flows that changes. But I think this is a combo that I would not have put together in my brain on my own.
Yeah, I agree.
They come together and they work so well. 21 Savage, anyone who's listened knows Savage Mode 2 is one of my favorite projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it's because he rapped well on that and he rapped well on this. Like he's a very good rapper. Yeah. And they play off each other really well. Him and J. Cole. I don't know if it's my favorite feature on the album. Don't know if I can say that yet.
I agree.
But it's sure as hell a good one. And I think my only critique to it, with all the pros you guys said, my only critique, J. Cole is at a point, everything he drops to sound fresh in my eyes, make me like, and with this, like I listened to it, the first thing I thought was, this was meant to be a sister track. That was on purpose. You know, they didn't tee it up. This is, heard a lot. Here's my life. My only critique is I wish it's more different.
Oh, different. Oh, you talking about now? Talking about just the sound, like it was like a different.
It is the first time I listened to it. It sounded like I wish it didn't. So that's it.
Love the instrumental on the song. That's a lot, but I really
I love it. I just wish a part of me wishes like haven't seen before, and I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah. 21 Savage to me is because he's the only one who has the actual verse. No other rapper has a verse on it. Oh, that's only how I forgot about that song.
Oh,
yikes! Wow, I forgot about that.
I didn't know who.
I didn't know who Murray.
Oh, and he carries on this. Murray is a big part of the reason why I like this song. That chorus.
He sounds great. He sounds great.
My rhymes, my pen, my pad. I don't even rap. This will be my new Insta caption.
Yeah, he sounds great. He sounds great. So.
My life is all I have.
My life is a great song. Great song. We all agree.
Okay, so we're gonna go track by track just because like we can do that. Some of these will be longer than the other. Applying pressure and punching the clock.
The one that gives him mixtape feel. Like J. Cole just rapping, like it's just a basic boom bap type beats, but it's dope. No, I oh yeah, Applying Pressure is also one of my favorites. I really have this one to make you want to do the Jay-Z meme of him going like, oh yeah, he's laying that's what this Applying Pressure does for me. So I really enjoy it.
You want to go first? I have a whole song to say about it. My theory on Applying Pressure is that it's the sequel to 1985.
I want to hear this. I don't think we've gotten into this.
I don't know if you have. I've been saving it for the pod. On this song, the lyrics itself and the production, when I heard it, I thought of 1985 to me. After you get past when you get past the intro of 1985, the 1985 I was alive, like that, so consistent cadence throughout the rest of the song, the boom baps, I heard that on Applying Pressure. And two, the lyricism is the same kids. It's hard behind closed doors. They can't pay the lease. Ain't nothing wrong with living check to check because most have to. I understand that. Instead of capping, why don't you talk about being a broke rapper? That's a perspective I respect because it's real. That's all over this song. And that to me felt like the exact same thing he said on 1985. So between the similarities in production and the almost same exact theme of the two songs, I heard it and I was like, I would not be surprised if I found out those two songs were wrote like around the same time as each other. My theory. This feels like a sequel to 1985. Twitter, tweet us if you think I have a.
Hear from J. Cole.
Yeah, he just sounds. This is comfort zone. It's his comfort zone. He's good there, and he's rapping super well. So
picture here.
This is where you live.
You right here.
Right here.
It's where you live.
So
Play it's Slim Shady's video.
Shot and it's video. There's a whole bunch of Slim.
Say we're the real Slim Shadys. Please send it. All is different than Slim Shady. So yeah. So yeah, real more into video. So
and this is short and pretty. Oh, no.
Short. It's just like basically one talking.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we can talk about on this song. A lot of the songs don't typical song structure. Verse, bridge. You know, like they don't.
Not a lot of hooks. Not a lot of hooks on here. So, just really, I love the Dame Lillard interview at the beginning. Just get him in the basketball like stuff. So
also, like I don't know why it's just came. Is Avery like a guard? And also Westbrook.
Dennis Smith.
I also talked about two guards.
Yeah, he did. I forgot. Yeah, I mean he.
Layered.
I mean, yeah. Joel Embiid. Hey, maybe.
Back on top, punching the Kennedy.
And have tap for humanity.
Rap. Like that's the album that's the ultimate. This is the best rapping on an album. I think fairly decisively not. I'm not saying this is best music.
I don't.
Rapping care feels the most like succinct, and this feels the best. Like bar is just it.
J. Cole did that thing, which I don't think. He really does have. He doesn't have anything to prove in my eyes. He's already solidified for me. I think J. Cole's incredible. But I'm not willing to go there yet.
See, that's what he wants to prove. J. Cole wants to feel like he's in the Rap Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Drake, all the shit we give him, Drake's in the Rap Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Kendrick Lamar, he's in the Rap Hall of Fame. J. Cole wants to be. We say he's up there, but he's trying to prove that I'm in the Hall of Fame.
It's Kendrick's thing. Full, and I don't know why I'm getting it right now, but Kendrick's thing is like full albums, and Drake's. Oh my God, my voice. Like hit singles.
Yeah.
What's Drake?
Yeah. Good rapping, I think.
Yeah, but they all can rap well.
But like lyricism, like Kendrick. Okay,
that's all.
Well, Drake is, Drake's I think that's your lower in my eyes.
No one's exclusive
rapping,
to one of these things.
That's true. That's true. I don't think there's a thing. Artist.
He's solid all around.
In my opinion.
I agree.
In my opinion, solid. So Punching the Clock, really great song. He's on his rap stuff. Nnamdi, you mentioned this kind of reminds you of of Lust from Kendrick.
Yeah.
And hearing this like, I can hear that.
Yeah.
Lust is a slow down version of this kind of beat.
It was, but that's the first. The first time I heard it, I faced him. She was like, "No, on Kendrick."
I need some water.
So that's what I heard, And again, I'm sorry I said it before. When you're J. Cole and you give me music, I want to feel like it is because here's the truth. With both Drake and Kendrick, and I hate comparing. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. It's just that that's the ballpark he's in now. When they release new projects, the sample he makes it his. He owns it. You wouldn't even know that there was another thing.
Those are his peers.
And I'm not sure I feel that with J. Cole. Sometimes I can't help but feel like, oh, well, like I've heard this before.
Well,
it doesn't feel like, oh, like you own this. It's like I've heard this before.
Well, I think in this song in particular, it's just unfair because it's a basic, boom bap beat. I think that's unfair because a lot of artists have done it.
But
I think that's unfair for J. Cole because he's done basic boom bap beats.
He's the star of the show right here.
He's the star of the show, but my thing is like, what does unfair mean? It's like my ears hear what my ears.
Well, yeah, your ears
so
hear. But I'm saying people are connecting it for no reason. A lot of artists do better. Hold on. I'm saying like, so Drake, but we connected with Drake because Drake is the king of biting. What are you talking about?
No, but I don't know what we're doing there. But what I'm saying is like, I'm not saying it's similar. It's not no simple boom bap. It's not a simple beat. Saying the overall production, everything that goes into the kind of muddled garage like production there, that gives me the same vibes as Lust did. I can't say that for all these other songs. There's not another song I can say that with. So that's not like
there's one in particular. Oh yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying in general, I'm saying this specifically. Like you're saying, like, oh, well, it's easy. Like that's such a simple thing. It's like, well, no, I can't think of any other song that I feel like, oh, that reminds me of Lust. So it's, that was my one thing with this song.
I mean, I think there's a lot of beats like Applying Pressure that you could just like, it's simple. It's a simple beat and it's not as unique to me to make the connection. I hear it, but it's not as much as a criticism free song. I'm not mad at J. Cole about
that. This is also another song that makes me think it's like a mixtape.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is, I guess, the most contentious song we have in here because at least I feel completely differently than you two. But 100 Mil, which I think is probably the most radio friendly song on here. You can tell it was probably definitely made with the intention of like, it would be dope to play at a concert and it would like, this could do well on the radio. 100 million, I'm still on the grind. Simple, like,
it could have been like
repetitive hook. Yeah, I agree. So we feel differently. I don't want to go first. So you both just like, everyone wants to explain their dislike first.
This is where the auto-tune didn't work for me. I think, okay, I don't dislike what he's saying. His rapping's fine. If the auto-tune just, to me, just doesn't make it sound good. And like, I think a more extreme version of this would be like God from
a good.
Where like, I don't, like, I like what he's
God,
saying.
I hate how good that analogy is.
I don't, like, I like what he's saying.
But this
the way he
this
says
feels
like,
better than God to me.
I agree.
Ooh,
I agree.
I disagree.
I don't like God.
I disagree with that.
That song.
I didn't like that song.
I don't like
I agree with
God. That's what this felt like to me. A less egregious version of that.
Actually, you know what's so crazy? I'm more on, honestly, yeah, I really skip both those songs when I'm on here. So 100 Mil for me, when you hear the sample, when you hear him like there's like a person singing, there's a sample, I'm like, ooh, he's about to go in. And then hear this. J. Cole! What? It was too egregious, and I get he has lyrics. That took too much away from his music. They took too much away from me, and he went very, very overboard. He sounded like Lil. That's terrible. I don't want J. Cole. Bad thing. That's another thing. If he's, it sounds like, why is J. Cole using auto? Like Lil Wayne or Travis Scott? Why? Tap in.
Thank you. Why is J. Cole using auto-tune? Middle Child is why you people are the reason J. Cole's using auto-tune. J. Cole put out Middle Child as a clear effort, as an off album single, trying to just get the young kids to like him. Really, like compete with the younger kids. Show he can do something different. He was tired of the whole, like you say, in one lane. He gave us something different, and the different was auto-tune. He gave us a song that felt like a that era rap song with auto-tune, like a hooky chorus,
really easy cadence
to follow, and everyone ate it up. It got him a Grammy.
Middle Child his most popular song?
Middle Child is one of his most popular songs. It peaked at I think top 5 or top 6 on Billboard Hot 100, which J. Cole doesn't do often. It was a massive song from him. So if I'm J. Cole and I see, wow, I released this random off album single and everyone loved it. This used to be in his top 5 where this album came out, and everyone loved it. And it had auto-tune. Naturally, he's probably gonna say, let me give the kids something. Let me put some auto-tune, sprinkle it on this album.
You know what's so crazy about Middle Child though? He had it on there, but the auto-tune wasn't as strong.
I disagree. Middle Child. I didn't like listening to Middle Child because of how much the auto-tune.
You know what's so crazy? It's even more on here. Listen to them back to back.
How you feel about that is high.
It's even worse on here.
I disagree.
It's even worse on here.
Listen, maybe I want to say this is true, but maybe it's because I just like this song more, because that's my take. I love this song. I hear their criticism of the auto-tune, but I love 100 Mil. I think it's
like one of your favorites?
It's probably, it's one of my favorites. I think it's clearly like a radio song. It's clearly like a hype song. It's clearly a song that when I'm imagining being at this show, that's gonna be the song we all go crazy to.
You know what's so crazy?
When he performs
this is one of the least hype songs to me.
And it's, well, I guess that's how your ear works. But like for me, it's like, this is clearly like the concert song, like 100 million, I'm still on the grind. 100 million, I'm still on the grind. Like, it's simple, it's easy, but I love it. And I can't wait to hear it on radio. I'm hoping he releases that as a single, but I was a big fan of it.
I love the outro to the song though.
Yeah, the outro's great.
100 million.
The singing sounds so.
That's my problem.
That's bad.
That's bad. That's a bad thing for me.
It doesn't say it's pause. I don't know. Well, this doesn't have artists on there.
Yeah.
I know it's on there, but this isn't showing me.
I'm gonna assume it's past the end based on what he did the last two.
Yeah. It just doesn't work for me, but it's fine. It's
each their own, but like I hope he releases this as a single, because I think that was the point of it.
I mean, it's a smart business move. I understand it, but I just don't like it.
So let's go to the next song. Oh, we can also see the most popular songs on here, which is Pride is the Devil is one of them. So let's talk about Pride is the Devil.
This is the concert song to me. This is the song that I would want to see, like the crowd doesn't expect Lil Baby to show up, and then he comes up because his part is so hard, and the way he comes in is so cool.
This is my favorite feature, just because the way Lil Baby comes in alone. And I'm gonna contrast it to something what the my life, I feel like I heard before. I don't feel like, well, I can't really say that. But we're gonna get into that in a second. Pride is the Devil initially, when I first heard it, I didn't feel like I heard it. It felt like fresh, and it felt came in and the way they did that handoff, I hadn't heard that before. Where like J. Cole raps the first kind of half of the verse and Lil Baby picks up in the middle. It's like, and it's so seamless. Like, I love that. I love the energy of the song. I like the chorus. It was simple, easy. Pride of the Devil, Think Got a Hold on Me, easy. Can I address the elephant in the room with the song though?
Go ahead.
And then I was crushed to find out this is literally the exact same production Decide by Amine, which a lot of people noticed. Amine Instagram post where he was like, it was a screenshot of him where he was to the go stream, can't decide now. Amine, I'm glad. Oh, on sixth album, too many resources, too many name to be features off of smaller artists. Like, I mean, not features, production of a smaller artist, especially when it's the thing. You're not even. It's just this. You just.
Cole, you know what's so crazy though? J. Cole's done this.
He did it with.
He took the exact same beat from Outkast. The Land of the Snakes is the exact.
That felt different to me though.
It's the exact same.
I don't know. I know you're right. Can I tell you why it felt different to me? Because at the time, J. Cole was still a relatively new artist, and Outkast was Outkast, so it's the equivalent to Drake like sampling.
He didn't sample. He took the beat. He took the beat.
Say What's Real. It's well no. Oh, that's that song. But yeah, it's the equivalent to like Kendrick or Drake sampling one of the greats, because it's like, J. Cole, this new artist, is sampling Outkast.
To me, there's a difference.
The better example. Well, I mean, no, that's bro, that's all sampling is. They do it to a certain extent, but it's just taking the beat. The better example, in my opinion, is Deja Vu, when he took that from Bryson Tiller, and he didn't do a better job on that.
He didn't do a better job. We took the exact same beat that Joey Badass used on Waves. Exact same.
J. Cole should have. If you want that beat, your people should have been able to buy it before Mina even saw it. Like, I don't like J. Cole.
It's the exact same. Yeah, it's the same sample, but it's the same sounding beat. Like,
bro, it's the exact same. You look.
But the way the producer, it's like an interview. It's like, yeah, it was, but it's a different beat. And I was like, oh.
And it's J. Cole. Like, this whole. You are that. Drake would never. I'm sorry for comparing them so much, but that's where he is. At least I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't notice it like this. Drake would flip it or something. He wouldn't rap over it.
Nonetheless, the catchiest. This is the catchiest hook.
I think.
Tap hot, paranoid. I put you over everything to fill the void.
I love this song.
It's I said it again, and y'all gonna get mad. This is, it's like I told you, among my, this is honestly like one of the bottom three for me. Bad thing, not a bad thing. It's still a fine song. I'm like rushing to get to. Honestly, I'd probably skip this one to get to this track after this.
I think that speaks to the different kind of music. What makes this great. But hey, let's go. So we'll do "Let Go My Hand" and interlude.
Oh, y'all gonna skip the Lil Baby feature? Y'all ain't even talking. Oh, yeah,
when he came in. Like, Lil Baby killed. I will say with every feature and hasn't missed really recently. Want to Need still gives me chill.
He killed that.
On my hand. Now this is one of my favorites.
So much.
The production on this is amazing. I love how he comes in singing, no autotune. So
thank you. Yes, that's. He listen to this and be like, man, I don't think I sound good.
I know because they are things. 100 mils for the young kids in radio.
Though? You know what's so J. Cole up and made him like the guy was 2014 for, so he's not one radio single on that project. Why did J. Cole? That was the one where J. Cole's like, oh my gosh, he's top 3 now. That album is the one that did it. It came natural. The hits on 2014 were so natural. He's like, wow, he's got.
Wasn't actually any hits on 2014.
Fair, but that was the
J. Cole wanted hits. No, I agree. Hits, and to get hits,
fair.
he's trying to. Exactly.
He's still Rock Nation.
He's trying to.
I know J. Cole got his own thing. He's still signed Jay-Z.
I want to focus on this now. "Let Go My Hand" is one of my favorites. I'm not looking for a struggle, but I love this song. I love the when he sings to come in. I love the verse. Sometimes it seems so. This was like a free talking.
It's a really beautiful message in the song too.
Artists do that, like call "Let Go My Hand," but the hook. He's like, my son said, "Let go my hand,"
which is Brockhampton before this album. We'll just pick a random title. I like it when I like that when artists
say it once.
You say it once because you get it. You know,
that's the theme. Yeah. The thing that everybody was talking about was my last scrap was with Puff Daddy, I played his album so much. It was Puff back then. I ain't know. Now I know too much.
Ignorance is bliss.
He's reading it, guys. No, but
they can.
Oh yeah, that's right. But that was a while ago too. The little riff J. Cole, because I read the whole came out with Control, and he said the King of New York thing. Yeah, that's another moment. You know, say King of New York and Puff Daddy tried to come at him. And it was a little thing, but then
his people threw J. Cole out that party, which
it was a little. I mean, it was a little thing. I mean, it's not a thing now because Diddy was on the song,
right. Which I love. I didn't recognize that to the end. Yeah. That makes it full circle. Again, a lot of the themes on this album is like I've come full circle, and this is no different. And it's two things. It's one, I have a son. My son's one day he's gonna be a man. On a lot of his earlier projects, us OG fans will know that he had daddy issues. He talked about how his father was a better father than he was, and to me, that was like this is the full circle to that. Like, my job is to make sure he's a man, because people are gonna try to bitch him. I can't let him do that thing. Yeah, he says. But also, even with just the P Diddy thing. Like when I was a younger, I wasn't as good. I got like a goat. Someone I listened to in 7th grade. The outro for my song. Yeah. You know,
what you think?
Well, I also think like I can imagine J. Cole holding him being like, yo.
You said why he's like rapping. I was like, I don't know.
And J. goes like, damn. I mean,
yeah, he's like, I gotta write about
Lord.
And Boz again. Boz kind of carried this album, but he's the one who's.
Oh, he sounds great. He sounds great on. Do that more. He needs to do more of that.
Yeah.
So interesting though.
Shout out Black too.
That's the thing interesting about one of the criticisms I have of some of the Dreamville artists. Kaz and Boz, they don't do enough to differentiate themselves. For me personally, if Boz did more of this on his project, I'd be more interested in him personally.
Not them getting a photo stock picture of a black guy holding a
exactly holding his son's hand, but it was a really.
Boz is like Parsley on this album.
Parsley, it's like nice to have because really the song's great without. He adds to it though.
So yeah, this is
ooh, yeah, incredible.
So, interlude, which let me say, anyone this came out, I wasn't feeling this immediately. I like it on the album when it acts as an actual.
That's such J. Cole to just.
It's such a J. Cole thing ever. So
yeah. That's also, this is where the autotune worked for me.
Yeah, he did it a lot, but it worked well. Yeah. I think it would have worked better even if he didn't have it personally. But it still sounded. I was like, oh, I like.
Actually, kind of adds to me.
That's fine. You like it though.
Again, the full circle. We came along. But it's like the Off-Season just makes so much sense. Talking about how far he's come and how it's almost made he's like the 270 mark of, and he can see it. Then, I don't know. It's my thing. It just came to me. But I liked Interlude way more. We talked about it, but I way more as an album track, and it feels like an actual interlude, and I didn't know this.
Yeah, hearing it alone, I can hear people. Obviously, G's died at 33, so did see.
Oh my God, we did 95 South, and I didn't even say my line. Emma Bond, your head, you Luigi's brother now.
J. Cole talks about a lot of M's on here.
So many M's.
A lot of M's like.
Well, I mean, when you have so many of them.
Yeah, 100 million actually, to be exact. So really interesting track.
Bryce went to heaven age 33.
Yeah.
And so did Pimp C, and so did
Nipsey. Yeah, so on here.
Dang. I feel that. Fast forward.
Buddy.
So the climax,
another one he released already, which I actually called. I was like, he's gonna release. I said he's gonna release either both. I said either one of these or both of these is gonna be on the project. And Climb Back to me was the better.
I wonder why he didn't put line. I wonder why not just do both.
I don't know, I feel like Climb Back just fits better on here sonically.
Yeah, I guess if it's a theme, kind of better too.
And honestly, I know
the chorus, everything come back around full circle.
Sounds like Nnamdi wrote it.
Sounds like Nnamdi wrote it. You're not on there. I know this is a single. We talked about it a year ago too. Well, how long it's been? Long to me. He's going crazy on here. people like it's an old song, but this song is still among my favorites on the project for me personally. So I really track on the album.
Oh, was it? Yeah,
track on the album. Yeah. Still good though. I think he had 3 verses. I don't know if he added a verse because I gotta see how long the original one is, but I feel like he added a verse.
Dang, I don't like how he did his BET Hip Hop Awards.
So yeah.
I'm sending a warning. A problem with me is like the BET Hip Hop Awards. I'm starting to see none of you niggas don't want it. Hip Hop Awards no more.
So no, it's the same.
Made a little. I like how he talked about Fold and Close, the song everyone hates, despite it being a great one. Made a little tune called Fold and Close, and a kid still ain't know to fold under pressure. Well, you know what cold do? Make it diamond. They just rhyme at me. I'm cold and gold.
Address me as the ghost like they call Chief Keef Sosa.
He's gassing himself up, and it's about time, man. I feel you, Cole. So I feel it. So Close. Let's talk about that.
Close. Ooh.
Penultimate song on the album.
This is honestly one of the most slept on tracks on the project. I love the concept.
I love it.
The concept's great.
The concept is great.
270, 360. More truths we're doing.
To a lot of things in general. He's like close, and it's like, oh, what's he talking about? Close, and he's just going in, and it's really touching song. Not touching, it's like on my hand. He's getting off on there. I really love the concept.
I think it speaks to that theme we're saying about how this is supposed to be full circle in so many ways. Just like I said, he's at the.
We need a full circle count mark. How many? 1, 2,
and like 3. The fall off will be the first thing on here is close. They approach. He can see it, you know.
Yeah, this feels like a great setup. Fall off. This feels like a great.
He's there. Interesting.
He's gonna be there.
It's gonna be like a double album.
It's gonna be.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I think it's gonna be 40 minutes.
If J. Cole did a double album, he's like, I'm done. Double album. That would be crazy. No, that would be dope.
And then Time, I'm a blow. They gonna label me the GOAT. How long has it been since we spoke? Well, that second part wasn't a thing. But again, like,
hold on. I forgot to mention. What was the song where he said, all my guys shoot 12, like Krispy Kreme dreams. My guys shoot 12. That was Climb Back, but that was a great line too. That was a good line too. But I really enjoyed that.
So again, we're gonna end with another my favorite. This is one of my favorite outro track, which is easy outros before.
Yeah.
Like on Forest Drive, it was that 15-minute song.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was on. Was it She Mine Part 2 on was that what it was on Prayers Only?
I don't know. I gotta look up. That's what tells you, because 1985 was like the one that stands out the most, because people are like, oh my gosh, 1985.
Can we talk about the production of the song?
Incredible. I love
the song.
The violins.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Okay, I don't know why. Again, it makes no sense. It reminds me of Rocky for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. That score, like, this feels like it could fit in there.
He says you doing a lot of time in the boxing gym, but you still,
Prayer Eyes Only was the outro. Prayer Eyes Only. I would still maintain this is.
Yeah, this is one of his best
strongest outros.
I definitely totally agree. A great track.
I feel like I could just listen to this song by itself and be very happy with it.
I think I like this song because it speaks to it's like he spent the entire album gassing himself up about how he's finally at a point where he sees the ascent. He's about to be a GOAT
on the hillside.
And this is a little bit more about the other side of that, where it's like the work that has to be done. Like the fact that like it's hard. Just the name, side, was like stuck through the pain and I kept going. Whole world know my name. My rep's strong. I'm not gonna keep on doing.
Walk through the flame like I'm Teflon.
It's like the whole point of this is like I've done a lot. It's hard. I'm gonna try to do it, but like it's hard. Like
also singing also a little bit of this song.
That's a
yeah.
No auto-tune.
No auto-tune. It sounds great.
Messed around, got gray hairs already.
Jacob, you have we like your voice. Jermaine. We love Jermaine.
And again,
Cole.
The man, Boss on the
chorus. Our guy Boss kills it.
It's interesting because he didn't have a verse, but I like what he did on it.
And up like a lot of these songs, I know I said on Applying Pressure feels like he's taking shots at the young kids, but a lot of this is like, listen to this and learn. Because with this, it's like the money might fade, but respect don't. Like keep your morals. Lil Pump. But where has Lil Pump been since J. Cole came out in 1985 and said what he said?
At a Trump rally.
Crazy? Did y'all know Corday really response to that back then when he was just a kid?
Really?
I think I remember.
It was so dope. He did a response, and that was when I thought, I was like, oh, he's with. That's another thing.
One more thing. hard to make your impact known on an album, especially one like this, like by J. Cole. He does.
Well, I think it's good because criticism a lot of people have his vibes is just so similar to J. Cole. He's just
how he embraces that though. He's like, screw it.
Well, yeah, but he's a way better harmonizer and singer than J. Cole. Period. Oh, I'm seeing right.
Oh, God. Ain't like doing Coachella, but me gonna be a lot of M's. Kind of sad.
He gonna do Coachella with that check coming. He lying.
Can't see me one-on-one this Nnamdi bar. I could have thought of that one.
So last track, the album ended. Shortest album he's come out. 9 minutes.
Love
it. Hours only?
Yes. I think 4 hours was like 40 maybe. I think.
I'm about to look right now. But I was flying back.
45 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. 45
yeah.
minutes. See,
Okay.
shortest album. Because there's a lot of actually short tracks on here. Actually.
No, so. Can't be afraid of sunlight. Spotlights when it glows. All the pain you hold makes you worth your weight in gold. I'm telling you, the themes just are there.
To close, do you want to go last, Nnamdi?
Are we doing scores? I think we should do closing thoughts.
Like all one, so you.
Okay, I'll go last. You go ahead. What do you have?
Go last.
I'm gonna go.
That's what I'm the stand. So they want me to go last.
Oh gosh, yeah, exactly. That's right.
Go ahead.
I mean, J. Cole is just. I know a lot of people. There's a lot of. Honestly, the J. Cole hate. I don't think it's warranted because I think honestly it's become more of a meme.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's gone too far. I think people are trolling at this point.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody can deny he's not a good rapper. I can see people saying he's not interesting. He's not doing anything creative, definitely, which I think are fair criticisms. But for me personally, when there's an artist I like and they're just coming out with consistent sound back, and I'm good with it. I can live with that personally. For me. So I really enjoyed this project all the way through. It does get better every time I listen to it, especially when I was doing it. Because I first listened, I was like, it's gotten better, it's gotten better, it's gotten better. I'm glad he doesn't have an overarching theme. These last couple albums, he's had an overarching, really strong songwriting bag. And for some people, that's been a detriment because they don't find him interesting lyrically or how he's rapping because he's so focused on a message or, a songwriting thing. But here he's just going in. A lot of flows on here, a lot of great rapping. So although there's songs on here that I don't like with the auto-tune, especially 100 Mil, I do not like that song. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm gonna listen to songs straight through, but
not gonna be happy about it.
Not gonna be happy, but I'm not excited to get to that track personally. So yeah, just really solid album from J. Cole. Nothing really super critical to say. I'm feeling a really good 7.5 for J. Cole, the Off-Season.
Avery?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. I think it's really solid, and I think I kind of get hate in the group for being like the
J. Cole hater.
The J. Cole hater, but I just haven't become a fan of his until like later in his career.
Yeah.
More recently, Coyote's my favorite album by him, and that's still true. I think this might be my second favorite. I really like this album, and I think I just have to echo a lot of what Noah said. I think we feel very similar on this album, so I'll keep it short. I'll give it a 7.
7? Okay.
I'm realizing we didn't even talk about the fact that J. Cole's been teasing this project since 2018 when remember Album of the Year freestyle?
Yeah,
that's right. And we thought it was going to be a mixtape like that.
In the description, it says the off-season coming soon, all roads lead to the fall-off. Shout out to Genius for reminding us. But I think J. Cole really treated this as like an off-season when you rest, but you work on your skills to show you can still do it. The fall-off is going to be this huge thing, but the off-season is to let you know that like, yo, I still got it. I'm still working. And I respect that. I think J. Cole, like I said, this is his best rapping without a doubt. And I think he's at a point of his career where like it's easy. It's easy for J. Cole to give you bars, to give you, even if he's not producing, he still has his lane and he has mastered that lane, J. Cole lyricism hand in hand. We all know that now. I think what I want from J. Cole is to get comfortable with where he is in his career and be willing to take more risk with his music, which is hard to do, but I feel like compared to some of the other really big heavyweights, he's done the least. So far the biggest risk we've seen with J. Cole's music is For Your Eyes Only, and it's not even a risk, it was just an album of slow songs, which I liked, but still like that was sort of the risk, I I applaud J. Cole for trying to make some efforts to, work with some of the newer kids and, try to play with auto-tune and see if that would work for him. But I applaud those efforts, but this album still didn't feel fresh despite that. And it really does sting me that someone like J. Cole, as critically successful as J. Cole is, that he still has to do things like, have a song where he pulls from another artist's a beat that another artist used just last year. I mean, his album was last year.
Yeah, not that long ago.
And even the 21 Savage thing has something similar to. I want J. Cole to show me that he's done, but his master. Every time he drops something, you're like, wow, that's what he can do. And I'm just not with this as much. So I say all of that.
Honest J. Cole fan here.
I'm an honest fan. His best rapping, without a doubt, or original as he's been. That's why I have to give it my second lowest score for.
Wow. I'm shocked too. Another thing I have to mention too, J. Cole didn't produce a lot. 14 producers on here. I think the only track.
Can I change it to a 7.5? I'm panicking. Can we do a 7.5?
7.5 is fine. I think the only one he produced was "Let Go My Hand."
Really?
I think he produced that, but he had
7.3 is our score. I'm very confident that. But listen, I say all that to say I'm very confident the fall off will be like.
I'm excited.
I genuinely
bloweth out of water.
I genuinely think that's gonna be a long album. I wouldn't be surprised if he does like a long one. Like
I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to. I hope J. Cole, man. Then that's the thing though. Did he take a risk now? He can't now. He just has to do.
He just should do that again. But like
I'll be happy for it. So
yeah, it's longer than it has to be. And we're right here. We're gonna blow through the rest. Billboard highlights. We're just gonna do. We'll talk about this really quick. Silk Sonic is back at number 1, and this is weird because they've been in the top 5 for the last couple of weeks, but they rose because there wasn't a lot of new, fresh, hot stuff this week.
And the song is still so good.
And it's still so good. So this is, I believe, their second week at number 1 now. They've been on the chart for 10 weeks. They've been, like I said, they were 2 last week. They've been in the top 5. But yeah, and I think you said the Bruno tweet or something where he was like,
"You may never come up with that."
Anderson .Paak put out an Instagram post like thanking people for putting it back at number 1. And the caption said, "Y'all might never get the album. We're just gonna keep singing this song."
And a lot of people, I'm hoping it's a summer album. That's why they're waiting. Yeah. But I've been waiting to get this. Then they need to go ahead and give it to me. But I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah.
Bruno's apparently got that residency coming here, so
he does.
So
he's gonna need some songs.
He will need some songs.
Ooh, that'd be a great perform that album here. Anderson .Paak come in for a couple.
I also want to highlight interlude by J. Cole, debuted at number 8. Who else can drop an interlude and debut at number 8? That's very impressive. You're not going to see this on this chart, but I have been keeping up with it. His album Off-Season is going to debut at number 1 next week. It's expected to sell about 300K, I believe, between 280 and 300K.
That's like his normal. That's
which is normal for J. Cole. Yeah. Number 2 is apparently going to be Nicki Minaj, who sold 80K off her mixtape, which is also pretty good. So I'm giving her that. So that's all I really wanted to highlight with Hot 100. For the sake of time, I won't go too deep in.
I don't have anything crazy, so
yeah.
Okay, so on the Billboard 200, as I pointed out, Moneybagg Yo made a record with his rap album. Can anyone guess what it is? I think I sent it to our group chat. But can anyone guess what it is?
What's it called?
Moneybagg Yo. It is called.
It's just one name, right? With like
A Gangsta Pain.
Oh, never mind. A Gangsta's Pain.
Yeah. Apparently, hip hop album of 2021 to spend multiple weeks at number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been on the chart for.
Well, you mentioned it's been a slow year for music in general for me. So,
but this is his first number 1. 64K or something. He's doing pretty good.
So
yeah. Morgan Wallen canceled as ever. And I had one more. Can I remember? Oh, I read an article from Vanity Fair about how the big thing this week was that a lot of things didn't debut. There wasn't a lot of good, fresh stuff this week. I'm not going to say all these are disappointing, but basically the ones they highlighted was Van Weezer, which Avery talks about a lot. Debuted at number 11, which is I
feel like that's like not bad. It's not disappointing. I actually think that's like better than
good, right?
Yeah. So I bet that's like 10,000 album sales.
I didn't do that much work. I just know.
That's what I feel like. Sold 64,000 his first week, and this is the second week. And this is like just a really low selling.
Yeah. This week he sold 60.
That's not like crazy a lot. He's probably like, that's why.
Pop Smoke is weeks later.
That's
I just
crazy.
love it.
7 more.
The other one they talked about was T Grizzly. 50 good for T Grizzly
pretty good.
actually. Who none of us listened to was at 140, which was
100 albums everybody's buying. That's
just sort of reflective of where pop music is.
Yeah.
But true, it's like anyone who has an album or song on any of these charts is doing incredibly well, regardless of where you are, because it's still top 200 out of any
Music ever.
You know, and that's
everything. It's not new. It's all music.
Music awards are tomorrow, so tomorrow we'll see it. Hopefully, sweep, and we'll come. He is performing, so we look forward to seeing how that turns out. Project of the week. Why do I always have to go first? We gotta change that.
Your name's first.
I don't like that. I ended up going with this because I was trying to listen to. I was trying to think of an album I've listened to, and the last album I've actually queued songs with was this for us. So like I love this album. She was a favorite. Poppy is a favorite. Baptized is a favorite. Like there's a lot of really strong tracks on here.
Which one was like, get up, I get up so high.
Actually, I remember. It's happy, right? I said okay, happy. Yeah, so that's great. So
Chance the Rapper had a good verse. Remember, he let us know he wanted to make sure he's the guys and back of my rapping stuff.
Chance the Rapper can rap.
Sometimes.
He
can rap.
He's a rapper, so he raps.
He doesn't be messing up sometimes.
He raps. That's what he does.
He just never released the big day.
So no, even so your POW, POTW.
My pal. My pod to I don't know. Yeah, Georgia Smith, Be Right Back. 7 tracks, really solid. Addicted. I'm literally addicted. I love. You know what's so crazy? I love the music video. She's literally her music video. The music video. I don't know if you guys see it. She's recording on her like FaceTime camera.
Oh really?
It's just really interesting. It's really good. It's really
awesome.
She's just great. She's a great artist. So I want the album still. I'm still not. I still want the album like a year from now. I can live with it. Was
Lost and Found an album or an EP?
That was an album. That was like her debut album. Yeah, but I can eat off this album for. I'm good with that. So yeah, really good album.
And then Avery Van Weezer with the mine. You know.
Any of us could have made that on Microsoft Paint. First of all. Either way, Weezer's second album of the year.
Second of the year?
Yeah, they released one in January.
Which was awesome. Which was very good. This one's fine.
They did. You mad because I know?
The first one was a pandemic. This was planned for last year and got pushed back to this year.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't really know what more to say.
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
Oh, you like that lighting?
Connection, you know.
Oh, personal connection.
Okay. Put a long episode. You all, thank you for listening. So our 97 demo scores is 7.3 of the fans say out loud.
That's a good
but it's
score.
good. The only album I have the store is Whereas Only, which I even. So, you know.
Avery, just want to take a shot, bro. Dang, take a shot.
But thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with maybe another review. We haven't locked in, but perhaps.
I'd like to.
Maybe.
That'd be a good review.
Stay tuned. Make sure to like, subscribe, share our stuff. Follow us on all platforms at the 97 Demo.
Bye.